Good morning, Saxy. Good morning, Metroplex. Is it going to snow today? Tune in and find out. Welcome to the 3296 Weather Podcast. Today is Tuesday, January 24th, 2023. This episode of the 3296 Weather Podcast is brought to you by Amen Plumbing. Amen Plumbing can repair your water leak or unclog your sewer. Visit their website at amenplumbing.com. That's Amen with two N's, amenplumbing.com. After Amen Plumbing takes care of you, you will say Amen. Well, good morning, everyone. It is a chilly morning out there. Temperatures are in the mid 40s. Not a whole lot different from yesterday morning, but the weather today will be a whole lot different than yesterday. That is for sure. Yesterday we saw sun, very nice weather for January. Today will be a totally different story. Going to see some rain starting out this morning. Most of us have already seen at least some sprinkles. That will increase as time goes on. And then as we get into the afternoon hours, some of that rain will change over to snow. As I talked about the last couple of days, excuse me, most of the snow will be northwest of Dallas Fort Worth. But again, I think we'll see some of that in Dallas Fort Worth. And like I said, it's not going to be the dry stuff, it's going to be the wet, pretty stuff. So even if it doesn't ultimately stick where you are, it's going to be pretty, I think. So we can at least take solace in that. All right, well, let's look at some graphics here. And we will start off with the weather headlines from the National Weather Service. So, this is the winter weather advisory area that the Weather Service has indicated that we may have the most impact from this system. As I've said, I think the impact will be minimal in a big scheme of things. So, the weather advisory, the two counties in the Dallas Fort Worth area that are included are Denton County and Collin County. And really, if you break it down, I think it's going to be more of an impact if you're north of US Highway 380 in Denton and Collin counties. But of course, for simplicity's sake, they'll include all of Denton County and Collin County, just to be simple. So, like I said, I think we'll see some snow start to mix in with the rain afternoon again, especially the more north and northwest you are. I think we'll see snow mix in with rain in the Metroplex more toward 3 o'clock and after that. Now, let me emphasize this as well. None of this is expected to impact driving. And so here's a graphic I think that will kind of illustrate that. So the Weather Service has thought, their thought anyway, is that there will be some minor impacts northwest of Dallas Fort Worth, really northwest of Denton, and so, again, surface roads in Dallas Fort Worth should be wet, that's for sure. So always drive cautiously when the road's wet. I There may be an occasional slick spot on a bridge or overpass, but as I mentioned yesterday, temperatures are not expected to be really close to freezing. I'll be probably in the mid-30s as we get into the evening hours, but it's not really expected to drop below freezing, except maybe overnight, but even then, that's not a for sure thing. So not really seeing a lot of driving impacts for, Dallas Fort Worth at this point. So again, this is a timeline. This includes all the cities in the Weather Services forecast area. So we'll just focus on the bottom line, which is Dallas Fort Worth. So the greens rain 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, noon, and then the purple pink is rain snow mix 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 p.m. And then they're not really technically forecasting any snow, all snow in Dallas Fort Worth, but I don't know. I think after 9 o'clock we may see some of that. So I wouldn't be shocked if we saw all snow toward the very end of the event. So looking at the radar is very active this morning. Nothing severe, of course. Not really even any thunder, but a lot of this is light rain. You do see some heavier rain showers up near the Sherman area, out west of Fort Worth. This will be the case all day long. This will be the radar as you'll see it. And again, as we get into the afternoon hours, some of this will change over to snow. Not all of it, but a good chunk of it will. Okay, and so finally, accumulations. That's always what people want to think about and talk about, right? So this is really not a situation where we're going to have accumulating snow. It's just not in the cards. Now, that's not to say that it's impossible, but this graphic I think does a good job in saying that the better chances way northwest of Dallas Fort Worth of seeing accumulating snow, Sherman, Bowie, Graham. Now, as you see in the northwest part of the metroplex, excuse me, the northwest part of the metroplex. Okay, start over. The northwest part of the metroplex, maybe 30%. Down in the Dallas Fort Worth proper, down to Dallas 4%. I think that's pretty um, accurate. Now, if we do get this heavy burst of snow, I think you might see a short time where it might accumulate a little bit, and then the rain will taper off after that. That is for sure. Or well, the rain still mix, I should say. So the bottom line is this: is that I think it's going to be a cloudy, rainy, dreary day in that regard. As we get into the afternoon hours, we're going to see the snow mix in occasionally with the rain. And then toward the evening hours and into the overnight hours, it'll all taper off, move off to the east. And then tomorrow will be a cloudy day, at least starting out. And then Thursday and Friday will actually be pretty nice, cool, nice. And then we'll have our next weather system come in toward the weekend. So, bottom line is this: going to be a wet day, rainy day, maybe a little snowy day toward the end. No real travel impacts are anticipated. But I will say this: if you're out driving, whether it's raining or later today or later this evening when it's quote unquote snowing, just be careful, take it easy, just go slow down. And you know what? If you have a chance to just enjoy the big snowflakes, if it does indeed snow where you're at, not everybody's going to see snow. Let me emphasize that, especially the more southeast you are. But if you do see it, just enjoy it. Take a moment and just enjoy the snow that we don't see very often. It is not anticipated that this storm system is going to strengthen or move further south. However, sometimes it does that. So we'll be watching it. And if something really changes, I will definitely be back and let you know. Again, winter weather advisory for Denton and Collin counties, and that is until midnight tonight. Dallas Fort Worth proper, no advisories, but again, just take it easy and like I said, enjoy the snow if you see it. Well, that's it. Well, that's it for this episode of the 3296 Weather Podcast. You could follow me, your host, Jeff Bickerstaff, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch for all the latest weather information for North Texas. During severe weather events, tune into my live stream on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for listening, and remember, I'm watching the weather so you don't have to. Hope everyone has a great day. I hope you have a snowy day, and we will talk to you soon.